Ever since I realized being alone is better than being around people that are mediocre, or they take away your peace, or they take from your life, or they don't even add to your life, I've been less having the urge to off myself. Like the moment I realize this whole thing about, oh, isolation is wrong, you can't just be by yourself all the time. People that think that way are not comfortable with themselves. So they automatically assume if you're alone, you're going to feel the same thing they feel when they're alone, which is lonely, depressed, sad, bored, all that. But I'm saying, if you don't even enjoy your own company, why should you be surprised if another person doesn't like your company either? Why are you relying on other people to make you feel good? And why are you relying on other people to entertain you? You can't entertain yourself. That's why I find it important to talk to yourself, actually get to know yourself, check in with yourself. When was the last time you're like, hey, are you good? How's everything been? You know? That's really important. And the moment I realize the more alone I am, the more peace I am in. And I realized the more I run into people that can't be alone for a long time, they're literally the worst people. Like, the quality of the person is just so low because they're very codependent. And codependency is desperation, it's just living in a lack mindset. You chose to run away from yourself because the thought of you being alone is lonely to you, but that's not the case. You can be alone and lonely. Just because you're alone does not mean you're lonely. The most I've been feeling lonely is when I'm around people. Not people in general, but when I think about the times where I felt lonely, it's when I'm around people that weren't aligned with me. If it's not aligned, it gets declined. I felt lonely in a room full of people. I felt lonely when I had the most friends in life, But the moment I sat, just sit back and enjoy my own company and just barely talk to anybody, I realized life is better. Like, I'm not saying I'm closed off to meeting people. No, I'm open to receive people that are aligned with my highest consciousness and aligned with my morals and values and who I am as a person. I'm open to that. But I'd rather be alone than to be around people that are not aligned with me. I'd rather be to myself than to be around people that don't help me in life. All I gotta do is focus on my energy, focus on my thoughts, focus on my hobbies, what I'm interested in. I'm not cooped up against another person worrying about what they gotta do. No, I'm worried and focused on myself. And I'm saying again, I'm still open to receive people that are aligned with me, that have the same morals and values as me, that bring me peace and add on to my life rather than take away from my life. People are so focused on, I feel like it's okay, I guess. You have an excuse if you're in middle school or high school and you feel like you can't be alone, because I remember in middle school, if you sat alone, that's a big thing. Oh, why are they alone? And I can't say too much because it's you're not that mature yet. But at the same time, you can be mature at any age because it's based on how you take experiences. But I feel like y'all have an excuse because it's y'all only in middle school or high school. So it's you know. But if you're a grown adult, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. I'm not saying be alone for the rest of your life. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if majority of the time that you're existing is around people, that's a problem. In my eyes, that's how I see it, 444 on the timer. In my eyes, I see that as a problem. But if you live with family, cool, right? But if you choose to be around people all the time, that's a problem. That's a problem. I often find the people that choose to be alone, often, they tend to be the most calm, most down to earth. And I said tend to be, not always. They must tend to be calm, down to earth, respectful, and actually cool to hang around, you know? And I find myself being around people that are always around people. They're very annoying, very codependent, very needy. There's no nice way to say it. I'm just honest like that. I keep it real. Like, very needy, very codependent. And unfortunately, I was like that too. Yeah, I used to be that way. Like, high school, I couldn't be alone for Jack. Like, the thought of sitting alone in lunch terrified me. I'm being honest, it did. Now I grow up, I'm like, I couldn't care less. I want to sit alone. I want to go to this place alone. I want to be alone. Like, I'm not saying forever, but I'm saying when it comes to my living in a sanctuary, I just want to be there by myself. You know what I'm saying? I love my peace. I love being able to put something down somewhere and I know where I put it and it won't be touched. I put something in the pantry, nobody won't eat it. You know, like, I just love that. I wake up in the rising and I just and it's quiet. I love that, and that's what I want. That's what I desire. I I'm not scrambling or fiending to have people in my life, but I'm open to receive people that are aligned with me. You know? I think isolation is the best in life because you can't grow when you're comfortable. And a lot of people, isolation to them seems very uncomfortable. I'm telling you, it's not. It's how you take the isolation. If you just sulking and complaining and wanting and thirsting for people to be in your life, yeah, the isolation is going to feel like a prison sentence, but it's how you view things. If you see that isolation as a period of time where you can upgrade and grow and do the things you haven't been able to have the time to do so, bars, then that's what's best and that's what's needed. But don't sit here and be like, no, you're not supposed to be isolated. No, you're going to be lonely. No, you're going to be lonely. I'm going to be just fine. Don't project on me. Like, no. No, the idea of me just being somewhere alone, sensational. Sensational. Like, it's just something different. It just hits different for real. Like, I'm really just here, like, by myself. Mind you, I'm talking about like my default time. Like, majority of the time that I'm existing is alone. I still value company. I still value people that are aligned with me. I still desire my soul tribe. I still like company, you know? But at the end of the day, I want to be alone. Because I enjoy my solitude and I enjoy the peace and quiet that comes with being alone. I can do whatever I want. I can be whoever I want freely, quietly, and peacefully. Okay? It's just something different. It just hits different for real. Like, I'm really just here, like, by myself with my thoughts. And in the past, I couldn't say that. I couldn't say that. If I was alone for too long, I had to call somebody. I had to go and visit someone. I had to something. But now I reached a point of my life where I can just be like, oh, I just realized I haven't talked to anybody in like 2 weeks. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like, and I know this is temporary, but I'm glad I got to experience it because I know what I had a taste of what true peace is. I had a taste of what solitude is, true solitude. And it's beautiful. And I love it. And there's nothing better than having people that also enjoy their own solitude, but I can also enjoy having company with them because I know that they already know that they're whole themselves. They are aware that they don't need anybody in their lives. and they choose to be around me and I choose to be around them. It's much more genuine and authentic because it's a choice rather than being around somebody that feels like they need me. It feels like a requirement. It doesn't feel as genuine. And I could feel it every time. And I had to cut those people off because it felt like it was a leech. I know they weren't doing that intentionally, but deal with your own shadow. Do some shadow work before you deal with me. You know? There's always space and time to grow. We're all human at the end of the day. So do yourself a favor and be alone often. Be alone. Just enjoy peace. Enjoy stillness. Enjoy solitude. Enjoy it, because when I first started, I was so uncomfortable. Now I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. And I guess maybe I'll reach a point in time where I'll be like, oh, I'm lonely, but I haven't reached it yet. And I'm open to receive all the people that enjoy their own solitude and choose to be around me and aligned with my higher consciousness. I'm open to receive my soul tribe. And you should too. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I show gratitude and thank you. Thank you. Stay peaceful, stay still, and stay beautiful, reflection. Thanks for having time, Matati. I'm out.